So now we are going to actually go and sharpen our pencil. So I'm going to get into a nice comfortable position and holding the pencil with my supporting hand, knife with my dominant hand. I'm going to place the edge of the knife roughly 1/2 inch back from the edge of my pencil. And I'm going to be using the thumb of my supporting hand to be pushing the knife and making the cut. I want to be at a slight angle with this, but not too much. If I'm at too much of an angle, then when I go to cut, I'm just going to end up scraping the top of the knife like such. If I'm not at enough of an angle, I'm just going to be cutting into the wood and it's not going to be very successful. So I want to be at roughly a 45-degree angle there. And when I go to make my cut, if I just try to straight push, I'm going to meet a lot of resistance and it's going to be a little bit more difficult. And so I actually want to get a little bit of a wiggle going on. And so I'm pushing and wiggling at the same time. And this is going to be an important technique, especially when I get down to just the lead, because if you're too rough with the lead, then you'll end up just cutting off the tip of your pencil every single time. And so we'll come back to that when we get to the lead. So now I've taken off a chunk of wood and I've exposed my lead on one side. So now I'm going to come to the other flat side. I like to start with the wider sides and then come up the narrower sides. You'll see different carpenters do it differently, and there's no right or wrong way. I've seen people come from the corners, which is a nice technique because actually there's less surface area, and so you'll have an easier cut just because you're cutting through less wood because it is at that angle. However, I like doing it this way, so this is the way we're going to do it for this video. So now I'm going to come to this side and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just a little wiggle to get it started and scrape it off. That time I didn't get all the way to the lead, so I just need to come and do it again. So now I have the lead exposed on both of my flatter sides, my wider sides, and now I'm going to come to these shorter sides, and once I have lead exposed on all sides, I can focus on my pencil tip. So for this, one important thing that I want to keep in mind is there's this tendency that I see with students first learning to sharpen their pencil that they want to come up with the knife as they are carving, and what happens is you end up scooping out at the middle of the lead, but then you end with this, like, you end up making like a little neck, and then you end up with still a fat tip,